jail, body fail. Now it's me and my iron love, wrapped in iron, breathless purgatory, negative pressure, endless breath. Wrapped in iron, breathless purgatory, positive pressure, endless breath. It's a different kind of goldfish swinging.
I am love. I am love. Hello. Change your giant paperweight. Oh. Such a good song. I am love. I can never hit those high notes. Hello, people.
What's up next, brother?
Hello. Ah. Hi. Hello. 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 Hi. Hello. Oh, I know why. Second. Ah. Hello. I'm properly lit up now. You can see all my creases and where I've been subject to the horrors of time. What's good? This is a good question. What is good? What is good? I'll tell you what's good. See every pore. I don't know why I did that. I don't want that on the internet. What's good? Hey, what's good is me. What's good with y'all, people? Hello, goblins. What's good with y'all, goblins? Hello. What else is good? Movies. Movies is good, is what I'd say. But before I get into that, how we doing? Stream canceled. Delete VOD. I'll do the thing where I freak out about the fact that I made a face for one frame into the camera, and then like it'll be made into a horribly distorted image that'll be spread across the internet for the next 10 years. When the imposter is sus. No, but for real, how's it go? How we do? I'm feeling pretty good. So, I'm a be so real. Hold on. Might want to turn this down a little bit. My headphones as well. Listening to some King Gizzard. Always good. Some nice bootleg Gizzard, royalty free, of the live shows. I was kinda in a funk for 24 hours. Good thing that this usually happens on my Tuesdays regularly scheduled day off. I was super tired yesterday and the previous evening. Deliberated some stuff. But then I was just like completely drained. But my partner and I had planned to go see Iron Lung by Mark Fishbach. We plan to actually see it for our anniversary next week. But we saw it yesterday. Sometimes cooking results in a delicious meal, and sometimes you cook an entire dish and neurodivergence interrupts and suddenly it's inedible. See, okay. Side tangent with that, I get that so hard, but here's the thing, is like, combined with being very not moneyed right now, poverty core, money, risk factor are intrinsically combined things I'm realizing if I want to talk about, like, life. You know, it sucks even more when now you have food that could have been good, that wasn't good, and you spent all this time, and now you still have to eat food and make the food, and you've just spent twice the amount of time making food because you need to eat food but you don't have food even though you spent the amount of time to make food. You don't have food because the food is inedible. Yeah. But I was gonna say, like, I want, you know, we were talking about the cooking show for quite a while, and that's something I still want to do despite being poor. Sometimes the food's perfectly fine. Sometimes brain just says no. That too. But that's why, like, with not being moneyed and not wanting to, like, not have food, it's always like I've gotten to the point where I literally cook like the 3 same things every fucking day, which sounds horrible for some people, but I think for me, I've just like reverse psychologied my brain into being like, this is good actually. I've just like completely brainwashed myself into being like, I'm fine eating the same 3 things every day because consistency, and I know how to cook it, and it's fine, and I'll enjoy it every time. If it works for you, keep things simple. Hi, Dr. Fly. Yeah, exactly. Saved yourself with brown butter spaghetti. Oh, that sounds so good. The trick of adding so much butter to pasta has been working out for me, especially with cheap tubs of margarine. But no, like, it's the thing where it does work, but it would be nice to have the variety of being able to at least try and make something different. I can eat it, and I don't hate it. It's just like, when I think and talk about it, it's like, man, my life is fucking boring. Kill for a pizza to show up at your door. Give a trans woman pizza now! So hello. I won't spend the money on the pizza. I have other things. If I can point my finger in the correct direction. I have other things I need the money for right now. So even applesauce. Oh, yogurt. Horrifying? Applesauce with spaghetti does sound wild. Actual nightmare. Applesauce spaghetti. It's like putting peanut butter on a burger. Crunchy peanut butter. Life doesn't have to be exciting, but it's like, what do I eat every day? 3 eggs on 2 slices of brown bread, with mayo and mustard, fried in the pan. For lunch, I have either a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or like rice, or I'm trying to think what was the other thing. I ran out of Huel, so I can't do slop no more. Just like yogurt. You know. I bought like a can of tuna sandwich, and then for dinner it's like rice or lentil soup. And then that's food. And then you just put so much butter into it. Woman door, hand hook pizza door. You only have money in GTA Online. See, I'm sure I could, 2 years ago when things were better generally for the GDP of the world. Not that GDP is everything, but it somehow affects my life in that I can't get a job. But I would have put more money into like a Monster Hunter. But now I can't even do that. Getting into Findom, but it's ordering me a pizza once a week. Can I tell you, like, I'm being so fucking for real right now, and you can... I haven't actually done it, but yes, I fully considered it. I wouldn't want to do it enjoyably, but I fully considered, like... I totally could. If there was money to throw around at this type of thing anymore, because I think the findom industry is also suffering. But I've thought to myself before, you know, if I really put my heart into it, if I really put my whole ass into it, I could totally do findom bullshit. But again, that would come at the expense of, like, I'd feel like I'm taking advantage of people. Having to interact with people online who could get mad at me, and kind of like, even in a dominant position, it's like, it can get degrading as a queer person. You know, you kind of have to, like, put yourself out there a little bit as a caricature of yourself, which is not fun. But I was like, if I really got desperate, and I had the right channels, the right people to throw money at me for getting off consensually, I could do it. I could do it. I wouldn't get anything out of it other than the money, of course. That's obvious. That's nothing new for a lot of people, but like that specific channel of just being like, money please. It's not even an exchange of like any. The exchange itself of money from one hand to the other is the pleasurable part. It's like, I'm not getting anything out of that. You know? I don't even have to. The work I do wouldn't be enjoyable. It's just asking for money, and that's not something I would feel pleasure out of. I wouldn't even have to do anything beyond that, and like, not that I enjoy that per se. Like, sex work is work, but like at a certain point, I'm like, the work part is the exchange. I don't even know if sex and nudes are happening, you know? Hi Uzi. Twitch did alert you. Come see the reptile. Good to see ya. Oh my god. Hello. Hi. Cutie Patootie clocking in. Ray Ace clocking in. Findom Mutual's funds struggling despite the high DOW. You need. They're shorting Findom. They're shorting Findom right now. Pull out. I guarantee if you post it, I'll send you pics of my tits for a DoorDash order at work. Can I be even more real right now? That wouldn't work for me. Small tit, lack of privilege. But the Findom thing, are you even sending pictures of your tits? That's not even part of it. It's just like, give me money, please. You're not even giving them anything back other than like, you sick fuck, giving me money. I bet you get your rocks off to this, giving me money. You don't even like... Short cream pies, pull out! Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not... What I would typically think as the latter half of the exchange, which is receiving goods and services in exchange for money, that part of the transaction isn't happening because the transaction itself is the goods and services. Need to carry a riding crop. Hold on, I have to look that one up. Why did it just bring me to downloads.kinsider.com? Hold on. Oh, yes. Yes. I forget this is what it's called. You assumed nudity would happen at some point, TBH. The thing is, it's kinda, in my mind, the Findom thing is kinda like in reverse. Is you're posting the nudes for free, but then the part where you get the money is the part where you get the money and then you, like, degrade them for sending you money. Like, in reverse, typically you would think the money would get you the product, but instead the product is the in to, like, to incentivize people to give money, which is the product. You know, I could totally post pictures in, like, what's the word? Equine leather looking stuff and hold a riding crop and whatnot. And latex and whatever. But it's just, I don't know how else to put it. I've said my point multiple ways now at this point. I'm living in the past, I guess. Anyways, speaking of race wearing horse leather and latex threatening rich men, I could do it. I feel no shame in taking money from men of questionable morals who are consenting to giving me money in exchange for me threatening people. But the economy is not good for our Findoms right now. And also, I feel weird about it. Not that there's anything weird with sex work per se, it's just Findom specifically. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like that kind of exchange I wouldn't have fun with. Does that make sense? A lot of Findom doesn't involve nudity from what I used to see on your second Twitter account. That's what I'm saying. It's often very stripped down. You sending me money is what you get out of Findom. I don't do anything else for you. Exactly. It's also a denial thing. And, like, but there's no payoff other than the payout. Which, for me, I like money. Don't get me wrong, I love money. I don't find receiving money to be very erotic. Especially with poverty trauma, I just be like, are you sure? Are you sure you can? This is a lot of money. I don't know if I can accept all of this. This is a lot of money. I'll be sure to only spend it on what I need. I won't spend it on more than just what I need. I won't spend it on, like, luxuries. I'll just spend it on, like, groceries and rent. I'll be sure it goes towards the good things, the things I need, not the things I want. Hard mode challenge horse mask. Not a leather one, I'm assuming here. And Grace money and you'll get told what a good puppy you are. You don't need to send me money. I already know you're a good puppy. And you're gonna keep being a good puppy for me, aren't you? Rubber horse hand crop ass horse. Vegan leather horse mask. Fucking 3D printed horse mask. Producing this vegan leather horse mask created 8 tons of CO2. Recycled material from a thrift store, seal leather horse mask. The leather already exists, why not? It'd be a fun pattern. I won't, yeah. Anyways, speaking of, First, okay, I'm gonna talk about Iron Lung. Speaking of, it was discount night at the movie theater last night. My partner and I, like I was saying, my partner really wanted to see. Oh my God. Hello. Who did? Who did? Who did? Hold on. Oh, I didn't realize it says I'm streaming on my Ko-Fi. You have mink gauntlets for that reason. Oh, it says, hi, thank you, Uzi. Oh my God. It just happened. I did the thing where I called you a good puppy and then you gave me money. It just happened. No, but seriously, thank you so much. That does help. Every little bit helps. Mink gauntlets. Bondage belt, the fashion kind, is made out of belt from winters and pieces of old horse tack. Yeah, seriously, no, I respect, like, you know, I'm sure there is more of a subculture that I'm not, like, a part of, like, genuine recycled material kink wear. Which I totally respect. And I think that should be the thing, especially where so much of that is so expensive. Let me take a look here. How much? It's not updating my Ko-Fi on my end. Hold on here. I have to log in. $10. Thank you so much, Uzi. Hey, by the way, I might reach out to you sometime in March if you want to hop on my, I'm going to be doing a subathon here in March. So, bracers? I do want bracers. I do want... Oh my God, if I had bracers on during the stream. Not sure if you'd recycle horse tack for bondage materials. You'd worry about cleaning it thoroughly enough. Hold on. Always down to help to support folks. Friend of Lennon is a friend of mine with consent. Of course with consent. And like, genuinely, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I have, can I, let me pop this image on the screen. Let me pop this image on the screen real quick. I'm putting off talking about Iron Lung, but this is just fun. Thank y'all. Where is this? Is this thingy-majig? Oh, I was feeling this one less. On here. Throw you in downloads. Get you here. What I think will happen every time I ask, can I join? You have a set or two I can borrow? I'll try them on. Or to whichever mod has to keep allowing messages through. That's me, it's fine. I need to adjust my auto mod. This image, though, is how I felt, about... Lynn and I've already talked to y'all about this. Lynn and Ray, Ox, all y'all, like... Listen, I get... Y'all are my in for VTubing and streaming. But part of that has been, like... I don't want to, like, impose myself on anyone and being like, hey... not to say I feel like a clout chaser, but it's like... Hey, can I be a part of this friend group? Anyways, I also stream. I don't know. You know? But, yeah, Uzi, like... We're chill. I know we haven't talked much, but, like... I'm willing to talk to people on and off the stream. It's just I'm very shy. And you can, if you join the stoat You can say whatever you want in there. I don't think they have censored messages yet. Images makes you want to... It's so sad. It's so sad. I legitimately, there's another artist I follow that I'm not going to show on screen because it's a bit more risque, so to speak. But there's another image that's exactly like, it's a sad anime girl in a bunny suit on stage getting tomatoes thrown at her. And I genuinely like have looked at that image and cried multiple times because I'm like, really? It feel like that, but also you deserve better. No cloud to chase, so welcome in. I'm glad. It's just, I've said it again and again. There's a lot of people I'm in close proximity to that have a lot of followers. And like, not that that matters too much. It's just like, I don't know if that matters to other people, and I'm just some random lizard, you know? My partner and I saw Iron Lung yesterday. They had cheap tickets. It was 15 Canadian for 2 people. So we went on a double date with some friends. We didn't know if they liked horror movies. My partner also is not a big horror movie buff. Let's see here. So he was like, hey, I need some people to comfort me through this movie. And I was like, I'll be fine. You just watched that last night too? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, you're right on time. Hi, Echo. Iron Lung. What do we think about this movie? This is... Let me pop this on screen immediately. Oop. Spoilers for Iron Lung right now. No, I watched it in theater. It was really good. On the big screen. I fully recommend. So, I didn't know, I hadn't played the game. I'd seen a playthrough of the game when it first came out. But I've forgotten most of it, other than the setting. And let me just say, like, best budget suspense since Cube. I have yet to see Cube, but I do want to see Cube. But I agree, like, it is very, very rare for me to have fun, especially during a horror movie. There have been a lot of movies lately I've watched that, like, I respect them as pieces of art, but for the most part, during the movie, I'm not having a lot of fun. I'm enjoying the art of it, so to speak, but it's not, like, exciting. I feel like I'm sitting on a couch. Does that make sense? I legitimately, though, like, from the get-go of this movie, I was like, this is fucking awesome. How do I word it? So, obviously, it's directed by Markiplier, which my partner is a big fan of Markiplier. Let me just say. He paid for the tasteful Markiplier nudes for charity. And he said, hey, they're pretty good. But he also watches Markiplier videos. I, on the other hand, am not really familiar with his work. I maybe watched him play FNAF 1 when I was a child back in the day. But other than that, I didn't watch, like, any of his more recent content. We wanted to watch the one Sleep whatever TV series that he put out a year or two ago, but they didn't have it in Canada due to licensing rights. So he was like, I want to see Iron Lung if it's in the theater in Canada, and luckily it was. That's also what I was going to mention since we were talking about leather gear earlier. Oh my god, when he took... Full spoilers for the movie, he takes off his shirt and the pecs and the body hair he has on top of... He is straight up wearing a leather harness under his sweater, and he just fully takes off his shirt. And I immediately looked to my partner and I was like... I wasn't expecting fan service at all either, but it was very welcome. Let me just say. So I'm going to, other than that, I'll talk for a minute on the movie. I'll give about like maybe 20-30 minutes. I'm not going to be talking about lore all that much. I just want to talk about how much I love this movie because, first of all, I'm not one for numbers, but if I had to give it a number, 8 out of 10, go see the movie. Seriously. Like, 100% recommend, and better than most movies coming out right now, and I think that's like, so true. People were discussing this movie like, well, it's okay, it's pretty good for a budget movie, but like, legitimately very, very good, and probably the most fun I've had watching a movie in a hot minute. Other than Dracula 2000, which is more of a comedy than a horror to me, but this was an actual horror I had fun watching. Not even really into guys much, but damn, yeah, right? Trying to think what else to say. If you need more convincing to watch the movie, I know people were shut the fuck up, Dr. Fly. Okay, we walked into the theater last night and they did have it on the marquee of like movies we're showing this week. And our one friend immediately pointed it out, and I was like, oh my god, do we give this theater money? Like, okay, we're already committed to watching Iron Lung. We're here. Accidental camera scene. I don't know that one. What was I gonna say? If you need more convincing to watch the movie, I know people have been complaining on the internet, or at least framing this movie as a YouTuber movie, which I was kind of looking at that, and I was a bit skeptical, but I watched the movie. This is a solid movie. This is not a YouTuber movie. This isn't, fucking, like, Fred the movie. This does not have the stink of, like, even previous Markiplier work have been, like, it's kind of central on Markiplier being the star, but this one, I would say 90% of it, he was just like the main character. He was an actor. He wasn't Markiplier. There was 10% where I was like, the way he was reacting and swearing, I was like, this seems like he's reacting to a video game, which I know it's a video game adaptation of a film, but like, it comes out. He did really good acting. Was it like award-winning? I don't know. But like, again, budget film and main character through the whole thing, really, really solid. And I respect that a lot. And he gets pulled up. I'm trying to think. So, movie itself. Here's where we get into the real spoilers. Movie itself, again, I won't talk much about the lore. This was something I love a lot, is a proper like 80s like doom metal movie. I'm trying to think what else to talk about it. So I'm also talking about it on stream right now, can I just say, because we walked out of the theater and the 3 other people I was with, including my partner, all were like, I don't know, that was like a little much. And I was like, I had a fucking amazing time. And they were kind of like here and there. I don't know. There were some points that it was hard to watch. And then some of the lore and backstory was confusing. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. All that felt like intentional writing. Little much. I mean, for your average, yes. But here's how I'll put it. Goblins. I watched with y'all Weapons, which came out last year, which is another movie I was actually excited for. And we watched Weapons just at home on the TV. Weapons was interesting. Weapons, I think, was still it's still a good film to me. It was not fun to watch. It was interesting. The format of the story was interesting. And I think the writing was still good. A lot of that movie was shock value, and it was too much for me. Like I already told y'all, but to tell on stream, I consider myself a little above average when it comes to being squeamish. But like, Weapons was too much. There was too much shock value of like, oh god, that's like actually fucked up. There are a few scenes from that movie where I would have rather, like, it passes in my mind from time to time, and I'm like, I wish I never, because it just kind of like curls my stomach a little bit. We were like, what is this for the first third till the story kicked in? Yeah, the intro was really bad. Comparison, I would say, like, Weapons is the other end of the spectrum compared to Iron Lung of, like, a horror movie of, like, it's really uncomfortable, it's good, it's an interesting story, but it's not fun to watch. Versus, like, Iron Lung is uncomfortable, but it's a thriller, I'm on the edge of my seat, I'm legitimately, like, my heart is pacing, I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen next. But it's like, I'm excited to see it, versus Weapons is like, I don't know what's gonna happen next, but whatever's gonna happen next, I really don't want to see it, because I know it's going to suck ass to watch. Is it interesting? Yes. They did things that are not written, typically. They really dug hard into what they were doing. And I respect that. But Iron Lung, I don't know what Existence is. Iron Lung, I would say, like, again, very doom metal. They start off the movie with this, like, Darkest Dungeon voiceover monologue about, like, the stars dying out and having to crawl for life at the end of the universe while they're dunking this fucking welded submarine that looks like it was made by Warhammer orcs, just absolutely cobbled and jerry-rigged together out of rusty parts from space, and they're dipping it in this lake of blood with this big-ass cartoonishly large iron rusted chain as this monologue is going on, and I'm like, this is a fucking doom metal movie, and I'm all here for it. The movie was also composed, the soundtrack to the movie was composed by someone who did a bunch of boomer shooters recently, actually. They did the soundtrack for A Medieval and Dusk and things like that, and I think that was a perfect pick for it, because that's exactly what the vibe, like a very 80s, like, gory thriller film. It didn't rely on pop culture so much as it is a pop culture icon. There's a little bit that didn't age in Cube, and that's fair. I think this is a movie of the moment. I don't know how well it's gonna age, but I think by itself doesn't rely on any external pop culture. They could have totally made a reference to the fucking Titanic submarine, but they didn't, because they had self-restraint. You'll know what I mean when I watch it. Hopefully not a slur. There were previews before the movie that were all, like, for lack of a better term, Netflix Hollywood slop. They were all using the same 80s, 90s songs we've all heard in every movie to promote the trailer. The trailers were what you expect. They're doing a super epic remix for shooting a shotgun during this horror movie of these boots are made for walking. And it's like, it's so trite. It's so... None of this makes me want to watch the movie. And immediately within the first 30 seconds of Iron Lung, I was like, I am in for the next 2 hours. Fuck yes. Trying to think what else. I might just go here and there. I didn't know about much of the lore. I didn't know there was a lore update to Iron Lung. I mentioned I only saw like the original version. Extremely trite. Yeah, and it was very pop culture. The trailers were very pop culture in the way of like, the president has to nuke zombies. And then there was another one that was like, all these rich people are hunting you down because rich people are inhuman parasites who play games with human life for the sake of money. And it's like, sometimes you just want a pop culture icon that isn't about the current situation. You know, you want something original that can be seen as commentary without it being like, things are fucked up right now, aren't they? It's kinda, Iron Lung is kinda in the vein of what I was talking about, of like, kinda corporate horror, Severance, Portal 2, yada yada. You're doing these things for science, but it's fucked up. Cube on DVD. Fuck yeah. This movie needs a DVD release, can I just say? Let me think. That's true, but bummer. Trying to think. Practical effects right off the bat added so much to the movie. So most of the movie is shot within the Iron Lung submarine, which I'm sure you already know the premise of the movie. The premise of the movie is that there's a prisoner trapped in a submarine that has to find research materials at the bottom of an ocean of blood after the rapture happens. The practical effects did so much for the movie. Most of the movie, again, shot in the Iron Lung, but if they had made any part of the Iron Lung CG, it would have been so much lesser of a movie. But there's multiple shots where you can see like the condensation build up on these rusted metal pipes, and you can see like hand-painted, handmade weathering on the walls and on the pipes, and they're actually breaking parts of the Iron Lung as the movie goes on. And like, all the blood is practical effects, of course. As blood fills the submarine, it's like splashing all over Markiplier's face, and he gets like patches of congealed blood just forming in clusters on his body, and it's so gross and it's so great. Oh my god. Sparks flying everywhere, natural lighting. They let the movie be dark, but not terribly dark. You can still tell what's going on. They don't let the movie be dark for very long. It's fantastic. It's some of the best practical effects I've ever seen. At least in recent times, from what I can tell. I would put it in the same vein as like a low budget Alien, because we've been watching Alien lately, and Alien is kind of like the same premise, but a bit larger and a bit less isolated, at least at the start. But yeah, the version you saw was kind of muddy, but that's from it being secondhand. I watched it in theaters, crystal clear for me. I know that's been an issue with things like the Robert Pattinson Batman and stuff like that. Seti, we've been watching Alien lately. Royal We. You know who it is. What was I saying? I had to look up what Seti was. Hold on, let me Google something real quick. Okay, this is really funny. We've been watching Alien lately. We've been watching UFO lately. Batman. Hi, Saint Lark. How go? We're talking about Iron Lung. So, if you haven't seen Iron Lung, go see Iron Lung. But, I won't talk much longer on it. I know people were complaining about the audio as well, from what I could remember. And even my friends who I went with and my partner were complaining about the audio of, like, most of it wasn't clear. I actually really do have audio processing problems, and a lot of it I was paying attention to, and the important bits, I got 80 to 90% of it, and I think that's good. And I think intentionally there is a lot of audio that is drowned out, and you can't quite make it out because the radio chatter is, like, being interfered with purposefully. That's part of the experience. Sometimes captions would help. There are important details where it's like they mention it once, and if you miss it, you miss it. Which I'm not terribly not fine with in a movie, but I get why people would be frustrated. It's kind of the same thing, I imagine, as Tenet, which I'd never watched, but I understand the frustration is it doesn't make sense if it's not clear. But in this instance, I felt it was clear. The intention of it, the intentionality of having unclear dialogue made sense, but I can still understand the frustration. As for actual, it was clear enough. Yes. That's the other thing, sorry. With the practical effects, one more thing I want to mention, like, specifically there's a scene where they pull him up out of the ocean for a minute and he opens, like, the window, and in order the first time you see a character he's talking to over the radio in person, he can only see through the window, and in order to talk to him through the window of the iron lung, this scientist, like, takes a squeegee to the window and, like, has to squeegee the window multiple times to get all this fucking practical effect blood off the window. And you can see it streak and slide over the glass. And I'm like, this is so fucking awesome. It makes so much sense. And visually, you can't beat practical effects. You have to turn your sound all the way up. Watch Tenet 3 times, once in Dolby Digital, once in normie theaters, and then once on your computer. And Nolan really wasn't kidding when he said, fuck people who don't have multi-million-dollar theater setups. Yeah. See, I've seen people argue with Tenet that, again, like, not being able to hear all the audio is intentional. That doesn't mean it's a good choice. Like, there's some repeated dialogue and whatnot, from what I understand. But not all of it is clear still. And Christopher Nolan is the type of guy who's like, you should watch movies in a theater and fuck you if you don't. Right? Which, that attitude sucks. But, like, with Iron Lung, I think some of the mixing issues genuinely were intentional. Others were just, like, theater distribution issues, which, fair enough. Anyways, as for lore stuff, I would say symbolism and whatnot, very good. Very simple, but very effective. Markiplier's character in relation to the backstory of the setting. People I were with were saying, like, things were left ambiguous and didn't make sense. And again, to me, that felt like the point. Is there... In the movie, Markiplier's character is involved in basically this death cult. Simon is involved in this death cult who's, you know, helping speed up the rapture with, you know, religious bombings and whatnot. Because the stars die out and they're basically helping the rapture happen. Humans don't have a point to living anymore. Let's speed up the death of a human civilization. And he surrenders. He's like, I don't want to be bombing space stations anymore. And he surrenders. But unfortunately, he's involved in basically this major terrorist attack on what's called Filament Station. And everyone involved but him died from what I understand, because he surrendered and everyone else did not. So he's suffering this punishment due to being involved in this attack. White nationalist accelerationism, yeah, essentially. I was interested with the cult dynamics as someone who has an understanding of these things viscerally. Trying to think. The dynamics are throughout the movie, and I think they're done very tastefully in the sense that they wrote it as Simon's backstory and something that meant the world to him and did affect society and the characters involved, but it's not a central pillar of what's happening in the story of Iron Lung as you're watching it on the screen. Great die-off. I'm trying to think. Why the fuck do all your friends have cult trauma? A lot of cults in North America. But I'm trying to think. There is a version of the movie where I'm sure they could have wrote that the bombing of Filament Station did directly affect what happened in the Blood Ocean. But I think those two being unrelated, but like being what affects Simon's character while undergoing like radiation poisoning and isolation trauma down in the Iron Lung, that is interesting. And his trauma becoming involved with what's down in the Blood Ocean versus Filament Station bombing being a direct event that happened to make the quiet rapture happen, I think that was a good choice. And oxygen deprivation, yes, that too. And like all his ghosts coming back to haunt him, and you don't know if they're real or not. All of that was good, and like the terror and the thrill of being there with him in the Iron Lung. I think maybe they could have shaved like 5 to 10 minutes off the top here and there, but overall there was not a scene specifically where I was like, this should have been excluded. The whole time I was like, I am in the moment. I don't feel like skipping a scene. I am there with him, and it sucks, but it's great. The cult dynamic also coming in at the end of the movie, where he has to make a decision of like, essentially, what cause do you want to die for? Do you want to die for your previous cult, in that you're going to die with all this information you've collected in the Blood Ocean and leave humanity to die with you? Or are you going to try and sacrifice yourself for some greater cause? And him essentially like being roped into this dynamic even at the end of his life and having to choose what he's going to die for and what he truly believes in is very powerful. Very funny having the sub just big enough that he has to keep up getting up to take pictures. I thought that was funny. So that's the one thing I will say. For 90% of the movie, it did not feel like a video game adaptation. Except for that 10% where like it's a little like the set itself is well designed, but like in universe, the functionality of it doesn't make sense not in a video game, where it's really strange that the button is at the back of the room. I guess with the X-ray poisoning and whatnot. Give that poor boy a stick or metal pole, I guess, since there's no sticks. The actual UX of being in the submarine was like, this is a video game mechanic. In the video game, the point is to frustrate the player and waste time. So they have to get up out of the chair and press the button to see where they are and sit back in the chair and yada yada. But in the movie, it's like you should have to iron out those frustrations for the mission. So I don't know why that would be in the movie. In the game, it makes sense because it's a game. But in the movie, it's like, I don't know. And the big cartoonish light around, and the fact that the button is so big on the X-ray thing, I was like, this is very video game. Makes sense as a set piece, yeah. Other than that, I think the Eldritch horror was very well done. The CG was tasteful when it came to that, and they didn't show very much at all outside of the Iron Lung, except for like this cosmic entity that's projecting itself onto his mind, and then like at the end when he gets crunched up by the giant fish. Putting your VHS tape back in, like it was very cartoonishly VHS shape. That was very VHS size. Kerchunk. Like it had a satisfying kerchunk to it, but other than that, I don't know. Overall, with the ending, expected. It's a tragedy. These things never work out for the main character in these Eldritch horror things, but I think with Simon's case, especially for me being a prison abolitionist, you know, at the start, I'm like, he doesn't deserve all this. Why are they sending him down in the Iron Lung to die? More and more in the movie, they're arguing, oh, it's for the greater good of humanity, and like, we have to make calculated risks and stuff like that. And that's like, yeah, it's the shitty corporate language of like, oh, we have to do this, we have to send you down to die and whatnot, and then like that in conflict with, you know, what he says, I just want to live, why does no one else want that? Which is very real. But throughout the course of the movie, with events like Filament Station and Simon being reactionary and hurting people with the camera, like it makes sense, and he does hurt people, but at the same time, the communication is not there. The lack of communication also makes sense. They don't want to tell him what's happening because they're in a rush. Things suck. He bombed Filament Station, as is revealed throughout the course of the movie, and like the morality becomes more and more gray. Does Simon ultimately redeem himself at the end of the movie by rescuing the black box? I don't know. That's up to you. But like, does that like save humanity, and that being ambiguous and you having to do the work and decide, does Simon's character make up for what he was involved in? Can you blame him for all this? These were very good artistic choices. I would say overall, Iron Lung, there are versions of the movie I tried to imagine where every other possible writing decision I think you could have made would have made it a worse movie, and I think this is the best possible version of the movie. Does that mean it's a perfect movie? Absolutely not, but I think it's the perfect version of what it is. And I think that's fantastic, and I give it so much credit for that. The only thing I would genuinely complain about is I think there's a little bit of the problem of like, you kind of do need to know a little bit about the game going in and the premise before you watch the movie. Feel like it's a nice version of will you be moral for the betterment of humanity when no one's watching? Yes, absolutely. And are you going to let your feelings towards certain people and how they're treating you make your feelings of doing good? Will that muddle your feeling to do good in the face of it all? will you still do good when people are shitty to you? Will you do good for shitty people, essentially? You knew nothing going in other than the Iron Lung was a submarine game. I think I'll say something instead of asking you a question. Or, no, I will ask you a question, Echo. What are your feelings on the Blood Ocean? What is your concept of the Blood Ocean as it is in the movie? Because with the people who were in watching the movie, hi, not Dan. How go? Pretty damn good. I'm talking about Iron Lung. We're just closing up here. The Bean Zone? Something like that. In the Iron Bean. Here's what I'll say with the Blood Ocean thing. The people we were with, one of them had also very little passing familiarity with Markiplier in the game. The other one, I think, knew nothing. I think I liked how they explained a lot of the, like, what's going on and why things are happening in the universe throughout the movie instead of doing exposition right at the start. Like, there's a prologue, but it's not exposition. I think I really like that. Except, I think there were a couple of key points where they should have been more explicit than they were. Almost everything was alluded to. In-game, the Blood Ocean is just a baked bean texture on the surface. Is it? I've seen the texture, but I've never thought of it as baked beans. That's funny. It made me think it was like an old alien world that had its own calamity and life finding a way to survive in its own way separate from humanity. I do like that concept. Do you mind if I kind of... they should have drowned Markiplier in baked beans. Fan edit of the movie where they drown... Where someone replaces the practical effects with baked bean CG. Go ahead. So from what I understand in the actual lore of the movie, of the game, they never were explicit about this. And maybe they wanted to be more vague about it on purpose, so it doesn't have to be fully canon to the game. But here, what it is in the game is that the Quiet Rapture happened, which was all the stars were burning out. The last tree in the universe dies, all the stars are burning out. In the game, when the Quiet Rapture happens and all the people, a bunch of space stations disappear, lots of people die, and they can't get in contact with anyone else. There are basically a few thousand people left in a space station. And the thing is, you know, they're running out of resources, they're running out of food. What happens simultaneously with the Quiet Rapture is one of the moons close to a space station base they have suddenly fills with an ocean of blood. Like, it literally just happens randomly simultaneously with the Quiet Rapture. And with all these people having disappeared and suddenly there's no life and suddenly this ocean of blood springs up out of nowhere, they don't understand why the fuck it's there either, but they decide we have to go see what it is because it's our last shot at anything. And we have to make some sense of the situation. In the movie, they kind of alluded to that, but they're never explicit about the fact that why there is a blood ocean and that they don't understand why. They just say, like, you have to go in the blood ocean. But they never really say why it's there in the movie. They just say you gotta go in. Which I think was one of a few points you maybe... It's a point of contention about whether or not I feel like you should have been clear with it. They didn't find a Blood Ocean planet. They had the planet and it just kind of unbloodied itself. From what I understand, yes. It's like a moon of blood at the very beginning. Yeah, I wanna say they had already known about the moon, or like they weren't paying attention to it and suddenly they noticed it was covered in blood. And they were like, why the fuck is this here? Essentially. They mentioned it's a moon of blood at the very beginning. Blood moon. But they mention it's a moon of blood. They don't really mention why it's there or why they have to go in. Just that there's specimens they gotta get out of there. Which I know you want to be vague about too, but I can see where that gets to be a little confusing. Because the whole premise is that it's an ocean of blood. But it's like, it's metal as a concept, but it's like, they don't do enough to tell to people who aren't familiar with the lore already why it's there. Metalocalypse voice. All lands are now mountains. Wind Waker with blood. Yeah, and then the blood being cursed and eldritch and it like transforming people into barnacle people like the lighthouse, that was also very cool. Other than that, solid. And I like the lore additions and I like the characters. And I think just one of the most solid movies I've seen in recent memory that was fun. I'd give it an 8 out of 10 for being the best version of itself. The last thing I will mention, and this is a personal opinion, Wind Waker is the opposite of all lands becoming mountains. Is it? Wind Waker is spreading seas, not blood moon. But it's like, everything is... new ocean just dropped. But this is personal opinion, and I've mentioned this so many times on Blue Sky. I think it's good. It's probably for the best, ultimately, that they didn't include any pop culture in the movie. The entire soundtrack is the one guy who did the Boomer Shooters, like I said. I've already been live an hour 15. Holy shit. I really wish when the black box is floating in the life vest at the top of the ocean at the end of the movie, I wish they had kicked in with Iron Lung by King Gizzard right into the credits. And I wish they played this effect. I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, wouldn't it have been cool if they had like these concept art sketches of the Iron Lung going down as the credits are going down, and like you see little concept art sketches of the fish and whatnot. I know that would have added budget on top of the licensing for Iron Lung, the song, but I think, oh my god, what a good song to have put at the end of your movie. It's just, I think it's one of my top 10 favorite songs. And it's jazzy, it's fun, it's about the movie, it's just fantastic. And I think, again, not having a pop culture thing probably adds so much to the movie, but god, it would have been so fun to end that on a high note, like that song. What was the bottle of water in the life vest? I didn't actually understand that either. That was also the one point where I was like, why was he pissed off about not being able to pour water on the life vest? Maybe he was cleaning off the thing, or... Oh, thank you, Saint Lark, for the follow. Hello again. Hello again, by the way. That... I don't know if he was trying to, like, get the oxygen out of the life vest. Hold on. I'm literally gonna look this up. Iron Lung water bottle. Let's see. Iron Lung popcorn bucket. Hold on, is there a fucking popcorn bucket? This can't be official. Officially licensed merchandise? This can't be. Okay. Iron Lung water bottle scene TikTok. I don't want to go on TikTok. No, I accidentally clicked on them. Show us. Hold on. I'll pop it on the screen here. Where is it? Here it is. Here it is. Boom. Iron Lung popcorn bucket. Look at that. Look at that. That is not the best popcorn bucket I've seen, admittedly. This feels like the Jai Halud fucking sandworm popcorn bucket. What is with the popcorn bucket shit? I don't know. They want to sell merch at a movie theater. Not as fuckable as the Dune one. Yeah. Unfortunate. Sad. Sad times. Shoulda... Ah! Get out of my head! Iron Lung blood-filled fuckable popcorn bucket if you're into period fucking. Get this off my fucking screen. Get this off my screen. They should have made it the sub. Yeah. No. Used tampon ass popcorn bucket. Anyways, that was my review of Iron Lung. It's been an hour 20. I've been yapping. I thought I was only gonna yap about that for like 20 or 30 minutes, but I really do like that movie. Go see it. Really my legacy now, huh? I'm not going to repeat it beyond that. It's not my bit. Echo is your bit, but like... It really fucking got me. I kept thinking about that for a few days. And I literally was in the store yesterday and I looked at the same raspberry oranges and I was like, they're on sale. It's totally mine. I hate it. I'm the one who inspired the freak flag. Let me play some Half-Life, shall I? Let me change the category. Half-Life. Boom. Oh, we torturing men. Nice. Always. You missed the Findom conversation. Alrighty. Back into it. Back at it again at Black Mesa. Let me hit that my ears are burning. Torture men with my words. Top 10 Grace accidental misandry moments. Not yet, they aren't. I'll get you hot and bothered. You're already a good puppy for me, aren't you? Findom is the only kink with a free government hotline. What? What are they doing over there in the UK? Are British people okay? Not Dan? Are y'all okay over there? I know things get a little crazy when you're isolated on a isola like that. What is that? Reminded me of the tweet about men love being tied to chairs while shirtless. It makes them feel masculine. Ripping myself out of the glue trap while thinking about men shirtless in the glue trap. You phone them up and they talk to you about how much money you have to give them in taxes. There you go. Yeah. And it's always more. They always need more. Hotline just calls you pathetic and asks for your credit card info. I think that's what happened in that one Adam Sandler movie. James Bond shirtless tied to chair CBT. It's canon. Mistress is putting me in the glue trap tonight. Consensual non-con glue trap RP. Really just bored by roleplay. Really? You're the first person I've seen say that out loud, and you're so brave for that, not Dan. Fucking the popcorn bucket. Get the chains. The chains are the different question. You like the Digimon and chains? I have to find the fuck. What am I looking for here? It's a tweet. It exists solely to elicit a chuckle or piss you off. That's the only point of. That should be the only point of any and all posts on the internet. To elicit a chuckle or piss you off. And also jack off. What was I just about to look at? Hold on. I don't remember. And I'm sad about that. Chains are a cool aesthetic. Spending 20 minutes chaining me to a bed will still bore me. How do I word it? That is someone who doesn't know what they're doing and doesn't know how foreplay works in the way that you gotta do more than just do the tying. You gotta talk, and you maybe gotta have music going, and you gotta, like, have something more. We putting you on the rack. Yeah. We putting you in the damn. We putting you in the stretcher from Princess Bride. In the iron lung. You gotta do two things at once. You gotta make it fun. Oh, something about the credit card info. Now I really want to remember it. They'll respect the one guy who gave up sex with his wife to start a Shibari cafe where they don't actually fuck. Such respect. Oh my god. What? Can you, what's the address? Where can I? No, but for real? But like, No, but like for real. Can I just say? Drop the details. Fly out here talking from experience. Dude who knows what he wants and is prepared to go get it. Two things, 2 bits. One, serious, not even a bit. Serious. There are multiple people I know who talk about, yeah, I do shibari. Yeah, I'd like to practice on someone with ropes. I have people I practice on with ropes. And I've said out loud, maybe I need to be more direct, but it's also like they already have people that are like, yeah, I got a person who lets me tie him up. So they're not taking new appointments, but I'm just like, this is part of the problem I complain about half the time on Blue Sky is like all the people with experience, they're already booked up for the next 2 to 5 years. They're not taking new clients. But I'm here and I'm trying to find someone who just wants to like consensually tie me up, not even sexually. But it can be. But it's like, where are you? You're already all everyone else is referring me to another person, but no one is open. You know? Under mattress straps are very fun, especially if you get some nice cuffs for it. Yeah, it keeps the sheet on your bed. Yeah, the bit about you're already in my DMs. I would love to. I am in a different country and have no money to fly places, especially not Texas. Sorry, not sorry. I would love at some point you come up here. Love to have you. I was waiting, but the mattress straps, I've seen the thing where you have the straps that help keep the mattress tied on the bed so it doesn't unroll. It would be funny to strap yourself to that, like the bottom of the mattress. He's in Japan. Of course he's in Japan. Hey, I'm going to Japan maybe at some point. Getting paid for that. Not about being chained. First you get walked on a leash and they do all the things from dog shows that I find bestiality coded, but it's okay because you're not a dog for real. Exactly. And if you're into that consensually as a person, that's like what you do. And it's foreplay. There's more to it than just the being tied up. Of course it's in Japan. I try to point people there, but you know, all the other people on Blue Sky are broke too, so I get it. It's not neat that some people like rope in a kink way, but not to get off. Not. I think it's neat that some people like rope in a kink way, but not to get off. I'm not one of them. Hank Hill voice. I'm about to bust. I'm both. It's up to you. If you want it to be or not, that's up to you. I'm fine with either one. You do you, no less respect for that. Making your dreams happen. But all the people who make the dreams happen are not taking new appointments. Fuck! Being poly doesn't mean I want to be invited to your MTG nights or your Minecraft server. You were already doing that. That's been my biggest roadblock with post-COVID poly dating and whatnot, and generational current Gen Z attitudes towards dating and puritanicalism. A lot of them were fucking boring. Join my vintage story server. That's fun. I don't know if that's a date. Sure. Once I get vintage story. What a human who is a dog is. Yes. What was I gonna say? Second thing. Can I say okay? Second thing bit that I posted on Blue Sky for 4 minutes and then deleted. because I didn't want to misconstrue that I didn't think ace people or gray ace people are not valid. As someone who might be gray ace, but like, can I just say, it's so I made a bit that was like, so does gray ace mean you're posting the freakiest, horniest, positively, absolutely nastiest, in parentheses positively, posts in the group chat? Is that what that label means? Gray ace, that's me. I'm Grace. Because that's usually, out of the people who are self-declared gray ace, I'm so happy that you feel like you have such like genuine stability and confidence in your self-identification that you don't feel threatened when you do this, which is post like the absolute most down bad freak I have ever seen, and then be like, nah, I'm not really like sexual though. Which again, I don't want that misconstrued as me thinking like that's a contradiction or like that's not valid. It's just like that's what I see more often than not. And I'm like, damn, yo. It's funny as fuck. That's what I'm saying. And I'm talking about it before. It's so funny that I have so much cum comedy on my stream and then realizing how many ace people are in my chat. And it's because it's part of the thing where it's like you can joke about cum without being like, I need to turn off the stream and go deal with this. I have such low blood oxygen in my brain right now. We can talk about how funny sex is without having it. We can talk about the dynamics. We can talk about the ball game without playing the ball game. It's artistic appreciation, exactly. Down bad freak, you can just say my name. Say my name. The ball game. The cock and ball game. Why is it still just chatting? Okay. Now it's updated. That's what it is, right? The less you're into it, the more of a joke it can be to you. Yeah, exactly. But like, how do I word it? I don't know if I'm gray ace specifically because I've talked about this on the stream too, is like, especially during the day when I'm on my Adderall, I have a lot of day medication that really lowers my libido. And that's something like I've been having to figure out with my medication. But like, during the day, it's like big goose egg 0. I'm not I'm not looking at porn. I'm looking at porn for the artistic appreciation, but I'm not like I don't know if because this is a bit big goose egg. I need to turn off the stream right now. Big goose egg, where is it coming out of? Role playing the old cock and ball game, buying a hot dog and popcorn from wandering vendors during CBT. Dildos, come get your dildos here. Come get your vibrators. It's 2 for $15. 2 for $15 and you get a combo. The vibrator goes in the dildo. 2 for 15. You get two. If you get 3, I'll throw in a free Tenga egg. Side 0-0, we got 2 big goose eggs down here at the old cock and ball game. You know what? I seen number 17 drop that goose egg like no problem. That's wow. That's one of the greatest plays I've seen on the field this year. Broke cuck chair woke popcorn vendor. It's a really sketchily low price. Yeah, especially for a stadium. That's scran, mate. That's scran. Needs to be doing full announce. Have you, Dr. Fly? I've linked this in the group chat before. Did you watch the video? There was a video I saw of someone reviewing cuck chairs. It's so fucking funny. So he was like describing this is something topping someone who doesn't know they're trans yet. Call that a tank. I don't think you could say that. I don't think you're enough of an ally that you're allowed to say that, Dr. Fly. Whoa, we haven't seen a play like that in some time. I haven't seen someone use a dildo like that since 97. The cuck chair analysis is good, but get Lynn in here. She'll vouch for you. I don't know where she went. The goblins left us. Finger all you want. I don't know if she'll support my cuck chair bit. I'm not even playing Half-Life right now. Didn't get called an egg this many times to not be allowed to call people eggs. You're so right. You're so right. You're right. You have it built up that you're allowed to fling it back. But the cuck chair analysis bit, I really do like the idea of someone like being a cuck, but it's not like cucking. This is what I also, okay, sorry, I have, wow, nice top. Is it compression? Oh, you were actually asking. It's not compression. It's just a nice, like, it's from, when I still had money, I got it from, what is it called? It's a Canadian company. Origami Customs. Checking your egg balance to see how many times I can say it. Your ratio. It's a nice bamboo reclaimed custom top. Yeah. I actually got this before I started HRT. And the thing is, it's now a compression top solely because I have more boob now. Doubt you're finding that anywhere around here. Yeah. Sometimes they do like pre-sized orders to certain places. Like there's a place in town that orders from them that you can just pick up. But yeah, this is Origami Customs is an online ordering. I know tariffs and whatnot. But yeah. It's good. It's good. Again, this is when I had money, which was 2-3 years ago now. And I don't anymore. What was I saying? I swear I'm gonna play Half-Life, but here's the thing with the cuck chair bit. I'm just poor. Same. I couldn't order it even if I wasn't, even though I am in Canada right now, I couldn't order more at that price. This is why I'm still wearing it even this long later, is because I can't get new stuff. Meds are food poor. I'm about there too. I hear that. Yeah. It's gonna be a rough next couple of months for me. Most of the clothes you still have from when you were a 170-pound twink are compression clothes now. Fair enough. See, the thing that gets me by as well is I was actually 100 pounds heavier than I am now, like 2-3 years ago. So it kind of adjusts out for that. I want to mention my plight with the cuck concept. Cucking is only for straight monogamous people, right? Like that's, and humiliation is part of the point. Is it not? Because otherwise, It's just being poly, isn't it? Part of the cucking is the fact that it's like the person doesn't get to participate and they're watching someone else fuck their partner, right? And it's like they're getting shown up. It's if it like it's still consensual, but it's like it's almost like a violation type thing. It's advanced voyeurism. The humiliation is what separates cucks from voyeurs. Yes, exactly. Um, but it's also like if you're happy for your partner getting good sex from someone else, and also like even if you don't participate, you can still be happy, and maybe you can have sex later. That's just being poly, isn't it? Am I crazy? Like I know the person doesn't. It's not necessarily maybe another partner as the third party. Maybe it's like one of those fucking unicorn couples, but I still think it's like part of the thing. But here's what I was gonna say is like, I don't know if this is a cuck bit because it's like, I'm imagining a gray ace person in the cuck chair who doesn't mind it and doesn't even want to participate or doesn't wish it was them. It was just like they're watching the sex happen and they're like, wow, this is impressive. Honest to God, I've never seen a maneuver like that. Can you tell me how you do that? Oh my God, that's crazy. Oh my God. You're doing so well right now. How do you get that kind of stamina? What are your workouts like? Tell me about that. Tell me about what you get to do, what you do to get prepared for the game, hey? The big game? What's your morning routine like? You seem so like positive when you fuck my wife. You seem like in such a good headspace right now. Like your mental is so strong. And like there's no abrasion between you two. It's really you can really see it in your performance. I respect the hell out of it. Tell me what you do to get in the headspace. Not even as a like I want tips, just as a like I'm interested in your life and I'd like to hear you talk about your life and talk about the enjoyment of your life. Just imagining a guy reacting like he's watching sports. Exactly that too. The cuck video, the cuck chair review video had one that was like um sports betting on cuck moves. I think there's a 5% chance the cuck is gonna do this maneuver. Not the cuck. There's a 5% chance the guy doing the fucking is gonna do this maneuver. But I think let's fucking go. There's a image my partner loves, which is uh Daisy from Mario telling Luigi it's time for your pegging session, and then Luigi being like, "Yeah, let's fucking go." And my partner talks about that image sometimes, and he's like, "I just like how positive Luigi is. He's genuinely excited." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's the energy we need." Yahoo! Cuck yelling at the ref for making a call they disagree with. Cuck throwing a red flag on the bed. Go to the penalty box. Bring out the next guy. Hey, that's unsportsmanlike behavior. Stop with that. Stop with. Hey. You, you can get a little rough, but don't. I see the fist you're making. That better be going in the ass, or else you're going in the penalty box, all right? I'm watching your behavior. You're getting a strike. That's a yellow flag. 5 yards. You get denied another 5 minutes. You can't come for another 5 minutes. You just have to jack off, sadly, in the corner, in the penalty box, wearing the humiliation cap. Sandler and Waldorf in the cock chair. Let's a fucking go! Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Penalty box is what she calls it. Yeah, yeah. A sensory deprivation chamber, is what I may call it for myself. And I'm having a good time in there. I'm gonna play Half-Life now. I don't know how long I'm gonna play this game because I've been yapping for 2 fucking hours. What the hell is happening? You get it, Dr. Fly. You're real as fuck. The humiliation cap has the Maple Leaves logo on it. What was I saw a video. I was showing the pretzel pizza video and she was wearing a Toronto shirt and I was just like, damn. That's how you know she's not in the right. As a Western Canadian, it is my legal obligation. I have no patriotism, but it is my legal obligation as a citizen of Western Canada to hate Toronto. Fuck the Maple Leafs. It's a little loud. Oh, look, head crab. Excuse me. How the fuck do I play this game again? I do need some water real quick. Black coffee. Girl who's never heard of electrolyte packets. I'm dehydrated. Let me get some coffee. Why does my water bottle taste like that? I need to wash that. I try to wash it regularly, but sometimes it just smells weird from sitting. Don't have animosity towards Toronto, you just know the team has been bad for a long time. First I thought more recent teams that lost the cup, Oilers, Canucks, etc. When did the Leafs get close last? Also, isn't the thing just Maple Leafs fans are terrible and also like, listen, okay. I am using bottle brushes. Listen. I'm no stranger to rooting for teams I know are never going to win. I'm a Canucks fan. I get it, but like, I'm honest with myself at least. I think Maple Leafs fans are the type that delude themselves. If you're a Maple Leafs fan, I think you genuinely think they're gonna win one of these days. You're in the sunk cost fallacy. Versus like, if you're a Canucks fan, you're showing up to the games, you're having a fun time. Unfortunately, you know, at the end of the day, they're gonna die. It's like Iron Lung. Hi, Zam. Me. How's it going? Free crowbar. Head pack. Opening the hanger. Let me know how the audio is. It might be a little quiet again, actually. Oop. They're 2 dB. Oh, thought I fell. You don't know sports, so you just made a noise to get involved. I don't know sports either. I obviously don't follow them because I'm broke and I'm not paying for sports channels. I don't follow them religiously, but you know, I go back and forth about like sports as an institution sucks ass. But then also being like I do want the Oilers to win for like morale in the place I live in, you know. And I think the game itself is fun. Hockey specifically is like I hate a football. Hockey specifically though, I will watch to I know I shouldn't say this. This is a bit, but this is a bit. But sometimes it is fun to watch them beat the piss out of each other. It's the only game where that's allowed. I don't want to see blood. But I think it is funny conceptually to be like, oh, the fans are watching it for the Roman Colosseum. Give me the blood. It's cart time, pay attention. Nah. It's always cart time. Mistress is putting me in the cart tonight. Whenever hockey is on in the bar, I start yelling, "Kiss him" when the boys fight. Isn't that what heated rivalry is about? I want them to win so the men of my city don't have an excuse. Yeah. Yeah. You need to pacify them. And you need them to own up to their anger. They can't just be like, "Oh, but my sports team lost last night. That's why I'm so horrible to my wife." Yikes. Mistress is making me play shitty tonight. What is that? Remind me what that one is. Yikes on pacify baby men. If only my wife won at sports. I just want my wife to be one of the dudes, you know? I want my wife to watch sports with me and have boobs that look like pecs and be a little bit you know, have the short hair and you know, be very you know, tomboy look, and I kind of want him to be strong and hairy and you know, I want her to be one of the boys. You know, I want her to get along with all my friends and whatnot. Pick up hockey games. Oh, they're picking up. They're picking up. They're certainly picking up. That last, I want her to have firmer shoulders and thick hands and to burp a lot. I've already said so much shit on the internet in my life and on this stream specifically. Burping's for the boys. Farting's for the ladies. I went in the acid. I went in the fucking acid. What's for the theys? What's for the theys? Sneezing? Sneeze content? Sneeze look? just say it that explicitly. They thems throw up. Throw up content. They be scrommeting. I'm trying to crouch jump. I'm trying. I think I'm actually stuck in here. Okay. Back. How goes? How goes? Pretty good. I'm so glad you didn't see any of the at VTuber_sneezes too content. Pay attention. I'm trying. I swear I'm good at video games. It's just... I know I'm getting to the point of, like, I actually need to shut the fuck up if, like... people in chat whom I respect and follow are like, you need to shut the fuck up and actually play the game. I'm sick of this shit. You're too busy thinking. That one was just auto-censored. I didn't even get to throw that through. Getting woman who fucks up her Half-Life speedrun because she gets too excited, hot and bothered thinking about men burping. Sneezyfurs.net. Please tell me that one's real. Not for any particular reason. I'm just gonna need to do some research off stream once I'm done. Not sick, just disappointed. I'm not angry. I just want you to do better. I can't hit my B-hops properly because I was reminded of the cake fart content that I need to check my Substack. Promise you, you'll never be sick of my absurd ramblings. That means so much to me. But, like, at the same time, if you ever did get sick, I'd fucking understand. Where am I going? Silo D1? I should Substack. Yeah, I don't actually subscribe to anyone's Substack. I don't really know what is the...
Destroy the damn thing before it grows any larger.
I don't really know what the big deal is with people saying it's bad, other than, like, a lot of content on the platform is typically associated with people who suck and make, like, controversial shit. But I don't know about the platform itself beyond, like, I think it's a blog platform that you pay for sometimes. Oh, what? Are you serious? Oh, I gotta do the other one then. That sucks. I just made a Stoat server before the stream that I was gonna have for community stuff finally. But now I gotta switch to Fluxer. That seems like another one. Element? I haven't heard of Element. I'll look into that one too. Fluxer I didn't do originally because it seemed very bare bones. What the fuck is this?
No! No! Get it off me! Get it out! Get it out!
Me when I fucking get you. Saw something about it yesterday on Bisky. Stoat. It's not a great name. I didn't want to switch to it. It only seemed like the one I knew had the most features right now. There were a few other Discord likes, but that one was like the most feature complete from what I could tell. But I'll look at Element. It's just that, what was I gonna say? Their previous name as well, Revolt. Why do these fucking chat platforms try to be so focused on being gamer-centric? And the name all I can think about now is that motherfucker from Inscription. It's not a better name, but it's also like, half their branding isn't even switched over to Stoat. It doesn't even look like a Stoat. It's just a purple circle on my computer. What's her number? Is she free? Or does she currently have clients? Can I get in on that? Are you closed right now, or are you open? Are you looking? Cause we don't even have to have like a. It can just be, you know, beneficial for the both of us. You know, you're a bloodthirsty beast. I'm a woman with needs, and we're both here together. So if you want to do something sometime, here's my number. Doesn't have to. We can keep it professional. Doesn't have to be buddy. Doesn't have to be friendly.
I wish it hadn't come to this.
I don't know why I did that. Oh yeah, because he's a cop. Don't tell Twitch. Don't tell Twitch I said that. You're a bloodthirsty beast, and I'm a beast with blood. What can I say? Let's make something happen here. Let's make sparks fly. Don't have to be friends, but I would like contacts. Actually, giving out your phone number is one of the most dangerous things you can do. Did you know that? You shouldn't give out your phone number, especially on the dating apps. Actually, it's really bad for you. What if someone gives your phone number to all the spam bot callers? What if someone stalks you via your phone number, even though they can stalk you via even a burner Instagram account? Also, Instagram takes all your data, and also Instagram sucks as a platform to sign up to. Why would you give someone your number even though you can block them instantly, and also all your phone number is already subscribed to all the fucking spam caller lists? Giving out your phone number is really bad. I don't want to give contacts out. Anyways, contact me on WhatsApp, please. Sorry, I have this big rant about, like, why does Gen Z never want to give out their phone number? They don't even want to go on Signal. Signal is the most private thing you could use. Why does no one want to use Signal? I don't want your fucking... I don't want to date via Discord server. that was me going off. I'm sorry. Benry's just security, not a cop. Diet cop. Security, diet cop. I know security can be chill sometimes. What is the new Discord again? It's Stoat. And Element. Well, not Stoat, apparently now. Element and Fluxer. Look into those ones. Hey, they hate that. Security plus gun fuckers who couldn't even be cops. Yeah. Like, they let anyone into being cops, and you couldn't even get there. Not being able to be a cop. I know, right? And you're trying to hide behind your morals and be like, actually, security card is better. We can be more chill about it, and we're more privatized, and it's not like a state institution. Whatever. You're doing the same thing. You're throwing people out of your mall without a place to go to, and they're just trying to stay warm. And you're just following orders like the rest of them. Whatever. Don't know who that guy was. Hopefully he wasn't friendly. think security in Black Mesa is probably a little more useful than that. Yeah, but Black Mesa is a U.S. government institution. Security just means less oversight. I would agree, but like, we're at the point in our history where do police stations and police departments even have any oversight now or accountability? They help fight the army. Okay, it's the 90s. Things are a little different. I get culturally the dynamics. You do security, actually. And you're the one talking shit with me? Zam. I never had to be horrid to a homeless man. Listen, that's what I'm saying. Is like, you can be chill as a security guard, but it's like, you still gotta admit that the institution of it and the look is not good. It's a paycheck, isn't it? I'm at the point where I get it. I kind of need a paycheck too, but it's like, I have had friends and roommates in the past who have been security guards that like, how do I word it? They were cis people and they definitely let it get to their head. They definitely treat it like being a diet cop. Like, I'm the power in this town. I'm the sheriff in this fucking shopping mall. You don't have to be a huge prick, but here we are. Here we are. Like me or security guards? The shit people say when you're one of them is crazy. Don't trust security. Oh, I know. It's not even security. I lived in fucking Idaho, Zam. As a closeted trans non-binary person who wasn't out at that time, who was white cis presenting. Oh my god. Oh my god. The shit people will say when they think you're on their side. And like, sometimes you gotta be tight-lipped for safety reasons, right? When you're the minority, yeah, I get it. You gotta live. You need your money. You need to clock into work, get your money, and leave. Oh my god, the shit I wish I could have said, and the people I wish I could have kicked in the dick. Holy shit, that would get people on a list and not one of the ones that means you're an ally of the proletariat. I've worked at a gas station and I've had people be like, yeah, I loved being in the military in Nam and in fucking Syria. Leave it at that. Less oversight means more wiggle room to be okay. Whether you exercise that or not is on to you. Yeah. And being sand in the gears, I get that, is like, yeah, you can be lazy at your job. On purpose. Why quitting? I think it's definitely, like, if I'm being more serious about it, and moral grayness is, especially when you're in more red states, it can be that, like, it's hard to get by. I've been in jobs where I was like, I would rather not help this business make money, and the business sucks. But that's the catch of capitalism, is I need money. And capitalism doesn't care. Is needing you to sacrifice your own humanity and morals for the sake of itself. And it sucks. And it's do you sacrifice your morals to live? Less police, more help desk who takes deliveries. There are different positions. Security, as in camera watching and just not caring. Sitting in a booth. I think that's different from security guard who's patrolling with a taser. Even peace officer. Industrial front desk at least. Yeah, like security guards who work at like a factory. I think that's different than a mall. Because a factory is just like you're at the booth and you let people in. Porting your computer is so important. People get weirdly lippy at checkout. And you want to know what the thing is? People who I worked with at the gas station who are ex-cons are so much more chill about people and life and are not racist more than anyone who goes to church. Not saying those two things are mutually exclusive, but like, that's just my experience. The only way to fight back from the held at gunpoint nature of capital. Yep. That's kind of like, how do I word it? In a reverse way, that's what I'm struggling with my degree and what I've wanted to do now. In graphics and whatnot is, yeah, I would still love to work at a print shop. I would love to work in the graphic design industry, so to speak. I would love to be able to do print work. It's just that, nowadays, not only can I not get work, if I do find a position, now I would say 75% of the time it's going to be like either A, hey, so we need you to train AI to do your job for you, or B, so actually you're not going to be doing the graphics, you're going to be doing the layout. We outsource all our labor for graphics to people we pay pennies for in India. You don't actually do the work. We make people do slave labor work at slave labor pay because it costs us less. We don't have to pay you union wage. And now it's like my whole industry of graphic design is like 90% that. And it's like, I can't do it as an independent contractor because no one's buying it because the economy. Used to know a guy who worked the booth, very toxic masculine, but also really big on bringing in his PSP and just checking out. As long as they turn off and shut up for the next 8 hours, yeah. Just don't talk to me. Just play Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, brother. People who've been through the grinder tend to either much kinder because they know how horrible the world can be, or go off the deep end and hate the world. Sorry, I whited out at my hole. What were you saying? I felt like I was in the iron lung. I lost blood oxygen in my head. Can do two things. I just lost a lot of health, accidentally falling. I was saying they should put me in the iron lung, but sexually. They should put me in chains, in the iron lung, with no clothes, and a cage. That's not where I was supposed to go. I should have left faster. 99% of shit you say on here is a bit. I would say 80 to 90% of what I say on here is a bit. There's definitely shit I say on here. That is kind of why I didn't want to stream as much originally, because I was like, I don't want what I say to be construed as, like, black and white opinions, which is usually what I lead with, but then I'll elaborate. But I realize that can be taken poorly sometimes. I do want to elaborate, and I usually do that better with words, as I've mentioned before. Iron lung, but only my ass is sticking out. Oh no. Oh no. It's a little warm out there in the blood ocean. I hope nothing with feelers comes and checks out what's down here. What's moving around in this big rusty iron chastity cage. Uh-oh, I hope there aren't any sexy monsters out here. Echo, don't say that or else I'm gonna have to turn off the stream. Oh, the movie, not the medical device. Okay, that's funnier. Oh, your ass is sticking out of the iron lung medical device, and you're still breathing. It's just like the only thing you can see is the machine, and you see the ass calmly. Automat's working hard today. Yeah, and I'm going off the fucking deep end. Why did that do 30 damage? I'm so glad. Thank you to all the freaks out there on the internet who are here. You've all congregated, and you know me so well, and I hope you all know that I know what you want. We're all here creating what we want to see in the world. Mr. Plier, pulsating ass. Mr. Plier, please release limited edition iron lung shaped chastity cage. Hold on, let's get that iron lung popcorn bucket back on the screen. I closed the tab. It's $43.95. Come on. Come on. Crowbar swings with the cadence of a breakcore song. Jungle break at 2,000% speed. Iron lung period blood fuck machine. Getting into medical play, but I'm a polio victim and I'm in an iron lung with just my genitals sticking out while I suffocate inside it. Hey babe, I brought out the CPAP for that breath play you were talking about. Rolls in the iron lung into the bedroom. Wanted 80 for the do one? What the fuck? The popcorn holder is a spoiler for the movie? Is it? CPAP play. Wanted it for a bit in a hot sauce review, but the cost was too high. You do hot sauce reviews? Link me that. I want to see that. I trust your skill in reviewing that. Polio victims just have to be in the iron lung for part of the day. They don't have to live in there. Really? All the documentaries make it seem like they can't ever leave. I feel like that's not anymore. Used to, not anymore. Fair enough. I mean, listen, okay. Don't associate the CPAP play bit with this, but I'm talking about, I do have an actual CPAP. I need to get back in the habit of using it, because I was having problems with the machine and I got it fixed. But, ow, why did it, okay. All the way back here, god damn it. Okay. But that is what it's like going to bed with my partner, if I'm being so real. Is it's like going to bed. Gotta be all like, okay, good night, and then put on the mask, and then gotta make sure like all our business is done. Like make sure you can attempt to talk to me for the night, but if something comes up after that, it's gonna be either like either that, or I'm gonna have to strap myself out or be like, what do you? Babe, you take my breath away, get the CPAP. Oh no, I didn't even, what? That's CPAP buddy, one of your cats eats the air cord, so you have to secure it in extra tubing? That sucks. My cat hasn't done that. I haven't even thought about that. I understand that, but like... Get me on the fucking... Okay, I'm gonna lock in for a minute. Loaded. Save my game. Guiltily bringing your CPAP machine in for repairs, and it's obvious you've been you've been fucking it. You can see vibing with the CPAP by pretending it's a transhumanism thing. I am become machine. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like at first, but it's like in a bad way. At first, it's like, I feel like I'm old. I feel like I'm 80 years old. I'm 22 and I need this thing. You know? That's when I got mine. But then it's like, oh, I breathe better and I don't have headaches at night or in the morning. I can think straight. And then after a while, when you get used to it, it's like, yeah, I am a beast. I am like this ancient god who needs machine help to live. Pretend it's a mech pilot, mechsploitation CPAP. I need to be strapped into my mech to sleep properly. The CPAP machine, fuck. You bring in the CPAP machine and you... The reservoir is just filled with cum. Why put a jar next to the radiator when you can make the jar the radiator? And then you're like unscrewing the tube and cum is just pouring out of it. I don't know what's wrong with it. Think straight, doubt. Got me there. You are the radiator. I am the mech. the cum mech. I think that's what Ava was about. Shinji, you have to be so fucked up and masturbate in order to power the Ava. Cock penis air pump. It enlarges it. Ain't cum mech that wizard turtle from... I'm getting to the point with my Twitch stream where I don't play video games. I just read cum jokes for 4 hours. Oh, so Zam, mexploitation is the genre of like, I assume you're asking what the genre is. It's the genre of like girl who is trapped in the mech and it's like an abusive relationship. She like has she has fucking, what is it? She's agoraphobic and can't leave her mech without getting major anxiety attacks. But like she is exploited to go into war because she loves her mech so much, and the mech is a machine of war, but she loves it so much. Don't think you've seen anything like that. It's true. I've not seen... I can't list anything off the top of my head. It's a subgenre of the Gundam. Northern Lion or whatever, you becoming a yap streamer. That's what I'm good at. I'm great at yapping. I love it. And I'll mention it. I've already mentioned it before. I'm from Vancouver, all right? I'm on that. I know what he's like. He talks in a way that makes sense to me. That's the culture. That's the culture. Is the Northern Lion yap. And I'm locked in. I'm sensorially, viscerally connected to that form of yapping. And cum comedy. Cat says you need to eat. In the Ava with just my ass sticking out. Hold on. They put you in the, like, bullet thing with your ass out, and then they put the bullet thing with your ass out into the ass of the Ava with its ass out. So it's a double ass out, and you're, like, piloting the thing from the ass, and you see through the tip of the dick of the Ava. NGE and Armored Core. ZOE2 also has you locked inside the robot. It's your life support. Yes, stuff like that. See also the theory that Shinji is trans, supported by the new fact that his name literally means new self. What? Okay, I am usually all for, like, trans canon and head canon. I don't know about that one. Ballad reading. Like, I can see it. I don't know if I like it. Fuel and oxygen pipe. What does it do? I don't know. Not too sure it's intentional. Yeah. I think that's more what I'm thinking. No strong opinions on it, just find it interesting that the name supports it. New self is taken in a lot of ways beyond transness. I think you can be reborn in many ways. am I doing? Ow. Yeah, the Shinji is gay theory is more like the classic reading, and I think what traditionally I would agree with. Things don't gotta be meant like that. If you connect with something in a queer way, that's valid enough. Yeah. If it means something to you, that's fair. I just don't think that's like... I think the Shinji is gay reading has more intentionality than a Shinji is trans reading, I suppose. Especially in the rebuilds and stuff. Maybe the rebuild. I wasn't thinking about the rebuilds. Maybe. One nade, please. Played with that boy. He played piano with that boy. For sure. No power? A very Metroid boss segment. Shinji isn't gay. Hello! Hi, Digiton. Shinji isn't gay. Shinji is a loser starved for human affection of any sort, exploited an evil fake human from space. I think... How do I word it? That doesn't mean he's not gay, so much as that can be taken advantage of. Love your cat? I don't know. My cat's been napping on the couch for 4 hours. He doesn't give a fuck about what I'm yapping about. Takes good care of you. I'm glad. My kitty doesn't care about me. The mechsploitation isn't by the mech, it's by the people. For Shinji. No people with moral conscience are standing up for him in that room. Kinda raised her as a sport animal. No, but at the very least he's bi. They ain't subtle about him liking women with literally no personality. Literally no personality. Literally a woman created for people to project their ideas onto her. Reminds you to eat, and when the oven's beeping, she makes sure I don't burn food or sleep too late. Honestly, if I could get my cat to respect alarms, I would love that for me. Because he sure fucking doesn't. Can a trainer remind you to take meds, but haven't gotten around to that? That one, I can imagine, is very difficult. She wants a Loboto babe. I want a babe who I can choose all the traits of and has no autonomy in this world. 50% of men be like... 50% is lowballing it. Top 10 Grace misandry moments. See, I'm playing Quite the Classic? Yeah, for the first time. I'm on a Valve train, I guess, this year. I played Portal 2 and now I'm doing Half-Life. We'll see if I do Half-Life 2 after this. Turning on the lights on the silo. Gotta give her a treat when it's bedtime. You might forget the time, but if a kitty gets a treat at the same time, they will let you know it's time. That's true. The problem is, they don't know the exact time, and I'm an exact time type of person. And if it's not at the exact time, I get irritated. Well, I tried to jump for the ladder.
Freeman,
You're alive.
who would have thought you'd still be alive? How interesting. Let's go.
I want to hit him with the crowbar so
I
bad.
refuse to go another step.
Okay, you can chill here, I guess.
Well,
I should probably get to checking it out yourself. It's fun so far. It's classic for a reason. I know I have more guns than just the pistol, but all reliable. I'm realizing I'm missing auto mods. Sato was in the room advocating for Shinji's best interest. She was just then also in his mouth promising the next time, like some kind of pedo. Bite you in the ass eventually. What did they hire me for? Yeah, that is strange that got auto-modded. Really just want a homunculus. I want a woman I can mold like clay. Being alive. You need to be alive when we get you to send the sample into the fucking resonance cascade. That's all we ask for. You're just a warm body. This is Iron Lung all over again. Hey, buddy.
this is my hiding spot, and I'm not moving until the situation is drastically improved. Now go away and don't tell anyone I'm here.
Awesome. Get him down from there. He got himself up here. He's like a cat. I'm sure he'll figure it out. Just kidding. I need to get him down. He doesn't know. He's gonna throw himself off and do it the most clumsy way possible. You know his ass is gonna explode when you turn it on. It better. His ass better explode when I turn it on. Nope. What the fuck? Well, losing so much health. Y'all, why did that happen? Why did you auto-save right here? What the hell? That scientist on the head. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Yeah, you are. Come on, come on. I got treats. I got peanut butter for you. Come on, come on. Turn it back down again. I'm so fiddly with that. Why is that? Turn it on. It has been very bad on top of its ball. Don't throw me off again. I'm gonna get so pissed off. Never should have switched off the shotgun.
This is my hiding spot, and I'm not moving until the situation is drastically improved. Go away. Don't tell anyone.
I won't tell no one. Ocean Nightmare? Why is the main reset on the fucking machine? Ain't no way. Is the scientist saying anything? He's supposed to be, but it is very quiet. I don't know why him specifically is so quiet. Was the machine on? I assume it's working now. One enemy on the auto side. Better be awake. Better be paying attention. It's a clown shoes ass room.
Excellent. Someone has restored all power. We'll have the engine up again in no time.
Cool. Do I leave? Someone has restored all power. Like, I didn't just leave and come back. Like, hey, I turned on the power. Y'all? I've never done that on stream. I keep forgetting this is a standing desk. And so I just wanted to say I've never done that on stream. That was the most powerful thing I've done. Snake eater. Legit can't tell what that guy is saying either, just that he's talking. It is a little difficult to parse even when I'm right up in his face. Let me turn it back up a little bit more then. Okay, got it in one.
Major fracture detected. Automatic medical systems engaged.
It is such a different vibe while I'm standing. Blast pit. I'd be blasting. I could have pushed a box to not have that happen. I should press the button that lets me access the silo, hey? Let me know if the audio's any better. Why would I kill beautiful creature women? Why would I kill beautiful creatures such as thee? Mary Shelley's beautiful creatures. My creature. Your creature. Good now? Can I blow up her? I'm on fire. Why am I on fire? Or am I in close proximity to a nuke? Hey, don't stand too close to the glass. The blast glass is no longer there. Hangar doors did not help. What did that do for me? Can I go in hole now? Hole is progression. I like how everything is connected. Like a good facility should be, even via the tunnels. Revolver. Make sure I get the body. Excuse me. What they've done to our beautiful babes. Look what US science has done to our beautiful creature women. Our beautiful creatures. I'm hearing a bit of Geiger counter. Hype. Creature mutated out the... I feel like now I'm standing, and I feel like all the blood oxygen has exited my brain, but not in the way that it makes me funnier, but in the way that I now feel like I just have to focus on the game, because I got nothing. Fight the blast in this pit, might I add. Am I right? 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 Streamer hasn't gotten engagement in 0.2 seconds. I'm sure this does something. If you turn the wheel 1/8, 1/16 clock counterclockwise, it does something very important.
Fracture detected. Warning. Hazardous radiation levels detected. Seek medical attention.
It'd be like that. The hell? Oh, back here. Well, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not playing hardcore. Do be like that. It's unfortunate that I know how to do my job less and only know how to only know how to crank it when I'm not standing. I'm walking in a straight line gaming. I didn't mean to leave game. I didn't mean to leave game. Can you please step out of the Gordon Freeman and walk on this straight chalk line I've drawn in the ground for you, please? I don't have my breathalyzer with me. Considering saying something, but saved it for PMs. You're allowed to say the things no one else is willing to say. Here. What does this do? Does it just... to throw out barrels? Okay. The subtitle option in the menu, but because apparently there's a command to toggle them for some things in the console commands at least. Like, I don't even know how to open the console. You did? Doesn't look like it. Hold on. Doesn't seem like... Don't worry then. Okay. I apologize. I don't think the dialogue matters that much in this game. But I understand that is frustrating. Why that motherfucker need to microwave me, though? This is the most noise I've ever made in the game. Okay. Hey, G-Man. How it go? What it do? This area is gonna suck some fucking ass. On 4 health? Are you fucking kidding me? How are we doing? Y'all fell asleep? Doing pretty good. You people missed a fucking lot. And simultaneously, not that much. I'm sorry Iron Lung discussion was that boring. How y'all doing? How was your nap? I'm feeling a nap here soon. Only been playing the game for an hour. Awesome. I'll expect that for next time. Freeman is currently on half-life. Freeman is currently on nothing. You want a life with nothing on it? He wants a life with nothing on it! Nothing? With half on it? A thing where the autosave is when you're low health. Yeah, a little bit, but it's also just like... I didn't care enough to reload to the point where I had more health. I just kind of freeballed it. This is the I accidentally loaded instead of saved. That's also why I can't be trusted around a video game older than 10 years. I missed. Remember that ruining playthroughs back in the day? Skill issue, might I add. Skill issue, might I say. I'm better than that. I'm a different kind of beast. I'm a non-binary woman who games as well, if you can believe it. Yeah, we exist. Turning to the autosave with max health may not be the worst call. Nade out. Nade out. I don't know who just died. What is my favorite Mario? Mold Mario. Mold Mario, love you. If you're talking about Mario power-up, I can tell you my least favorite, which is Cloud Mario. I like a classic superstar. You're talking about Mario game? Mario Galaxy 1 and Mario Odyssey are pretty tied. Mario, but your second favorite is Luigi Mario. I do like Lou Albano. Don't forget that you go to hell if you do drugs before you die. That's always the slogan around here. I should do drugs. Mold Mario, what the fuck is this? I'm sorry? Oh, I shouldn't have used that. Really, none of these have health in them. HEV. Great idea, you're gonna do drugs? Hell yeah. Have fun. I'll join you in... The game said don't do drugs. The game just crashed. Funny crash is funny. I'll do drugs in spirit later with you. Or I don't know. However, whatever format. In person, together, or in solidarity. Mostly a joke because sexist idiots think you can't be a real gamer girl if you like sunshine? What? Nobody with any sense actually gives a crap whether you like sunshine, but it's funny to mock that line of questioning. I would say that makes you more of a gamer, because that game is fucking hard. That is a difficult video game. The game didn't like me destroying as many security guard corpses as I do. What just hurt me? Why are you up here? Look. It's funnier the more I lose the game, right? Hard game. If you don't like Mario Sunshine, then don't get good. You don't want to hear my opinions on Mario Sunshine. Sounds like you're in the iron lung with all that metal groaning. That ain't the only groaning that's going on in the iron lung for me.
You're gonna wish you hadn't done that.
Let's try this again. Threatened you, you have to finish him. No, I'll just let him suffer. Nice doors. Minecraft alpha doors be like. one of those puzzle bosses where instead of getting an error sound, you have to start the whole thing over again.
Surface. I would try it myself. It's a long way down. Generator room.
This is like if Demon Souls bosses killed you in one hit. Do that later, I guess. What if Gwyn made you do math problems? I think he already does. How many frames does it take to get to the center of a parry? Two damage, motherfucker. Thank God. Fuck you. Squash those little bugs one of these days. Gordon Freeman, go down the ladder. Okay. You're dead, motherfucker. Good. Gordon Freeman, go outside. Gordon Freeman, touch grass, now. Gordon Freeman, fuck ass, now. There is nothing left. There is no corpse to pummel into oblivion. Wow, look at the model on this. Holy. That's a whole 12 polygons. Oh wait, I have to mash it. Now Gordon Freeman has two halves of a life. Gordon Freeman, get silly! Gordon Freeman, throw it back! In the blender. Gordon Freeman! Smoke this shit! Okay, I should lock in. Oh, you can kill those. With just a regular gun. Oh boy. Don't say Opa Gordon style in my... What does the Gordon say? When you're at war and a grenade lands in your bunker, the other soldiers tell you to throw it back and instinct takes over. I'm following the commanders. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right, Chief? Nothing left. All the other shit, that's what you get you banned. Yeah, all the freak shit lies fine with me, but if you make a reference I hate, Our relationship is over. Don't ever fucking talk to me. You've lost my trust. Turn it around, soldier. Bust it down crazy style. Really, man? Or they? Or she? That one had a bomb in him. What is... Dear Lord. I don't know what's shooting at me or killing me. You did block the entire company behind the card game you play for reference. That's different. That's not a person. That's an entity. As much as they want to be treated like people. And the people behind it, they're making those decisions. Not kosher. Shit is breaking and busting. Shit is busting it down. Always open the crates like Zelda jars. How much of their big backpacks is their silly lunch for later? We gotta carry it into the facility. We don't have catering. Oh no! The military isn't funding our catering for this operation. We have to eat such horrible food. PR guy was a person, thought he was cool. Turns out he was in on it. PR guy is always in on it. You think the I know the PR guy is different from a social media intern, but you always think the social media intern is chill. But they're not. They're not on the side of history. Trade you a grenade for those Dunkaroos. I hate that there's a chance that's not a bit. Nice one, man. Nice nade out. Echo. That one's... I don't think that one's okay. I don't think that one's okay. I think that one... There's some optics. There's some OPSEC on that one that's not okay. Dunka 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 chino. That's right. It's Dunk. It's Duncan Freeman. It made me laugh. It's a good one. I think there's some that I chuckle at that are like, ooh boy. It's unfortunate that sometimes my default reaction is laughing. Because most things I do find funny as an absurdist, but other things it unfortunately bleeds into everything sometimes. Social media intern himself is a bit in Warhammer circles. I think more smacky weapons should have 0 cooldown on hit. Absolutely. You should be able to have a melee build that lets you kill things within 2 frames. Oh my god, what the fuck is this shit? Get me back up here. Hold on. I need more shield for this. Blasted all my shield off. Me when I play old FromSoft games. Think more combos should have repeat swings like Tekken. They should make Half-Life Tekken. Should add Gordon Freeman to Smash Brothers. Talk about the good old days of gaming. Half-Life Source is like 600 megabytes. Isn't Source the one that is like broken though? But yes. You know, like, so Goblins, of course, had sent me a key for PoE 2. I asked very nicely. And they had an extra one. So we got to play that, but I did download the client. Why the fuck is that game that big? What the fuck is it? I have to look at the installation size right now. Like, it's a good game, and it has a lot of stuff in it, I get. I don't think they need the textures to be that good. Where is it? Path of Exile 2. It's 126 gigabytes. Path of Exile 2. Devs don't optimize anymore. Even Japanese devs. I know I shouldn't say it like that, but the bit is that Western devs don't know how to optimize. But now it's just like every dev. Monster Hunter Wilds is also almost 100 gigs. Lost Kingdoms being a card game makes all your weapons cards with cooldown on a per card basis, so if you just draw 4 of the same card, you can straight up ignore it. Nice silo. Just smack it back into order. That's how it works, right? Habit these days, they want to take up as much space as possible and make sure it's the only game you play. There's no way that's real, right? Like that... I can't... Please don't confirm another conspiracy post for me. Please don't... We've already had enough conspiracies confirmed in society now at this point. Am I getting attacked by fucking leeches? I am. Okay, well this sucks. Works for me. Fair enough, point not down. Call of Duty is like 200 gigs, they sure as hell do that. Is anyone still even playing Call of Duty? I saw people talking about like, oh, the new Call of Duty is so bad. You bought that? People are buying those? Voices for everyone. Is it for everyone? That sucks. That sucks real hard. Met a guy who was playing COD 7. Is he 50 years old at this point? What? Arc Raider, I haven't even, all I saw about Arc Raiders was that it had some cool graphic design, and that was it. But I don't even know, I shouldn't even give it that much credence. I don't even know what the game is. Is it like a Rainbow Six? Why did I turn on this machine? By the way? What the fuck is going on? Oh, but the graphics proceeds to show me footage that looks like COD 4 to me. It's a generic looter shooter. If I just shoot in their general direction, something will work out. It was for the robots, sure, but use TTS instead if you want a robot. Even TTS is gonna do you one better. COD's still in its wannabe Fortnite. I forgot it was doing that. It wanted to be like... It added a PUBG mode or some shit. Rainbow fart guns that still manage to be Facebook edgy. Oh, the best of both worlds. I don't know why people are still playing Fortnite too. What happened to the culture? That sounds terrible. That sounds like a horrible old. I'm starting to lose ability to talk. Sounds like a horrible old person take. Obligatory fuck Fortnite. Trying to think. Many have fallen to the corporate furry bait. It doesn't even have furry bait in it. It doesn't. I mean, I know furries have a problem where it's becoming like a culture more focused on the ability to spend money on luxuries than it is a culture on a community surrounding you know, a shared interest in being an animal. But like, dude, Fortnite doesn't even have the thing about Fortnite. Okay. Even regardless, I've become the Northern Lion streamer. I'm doing hot takes all the fucking time. I'm trying not to do hot takes. That just feels obvious to me. We started out thinking Fortnite was lame, right? When it dropped in like fucking 2016, 2017. When did that change? When did people, like, I would think were chill, be like, but I play Fortnite though? I'm like, why? Why are you paying for the battle pass? What are you getting out of this? Like, beyond all the AI Darth Vader bullshit and anti-union shit, and like, Epic clamoring for Epic. It was lame, right? Fortnite went from oh hey look to ill very quickly. Oh, it's got Goku. Oh, it's got Miku. We even at that point in our culture, we were starting to wake up to the fact that everything was Marvel, and like, we looked at it. We should have looked at it and been like, this is just the fucking Marvel multiverse bullshit again, where it's just corporate marketing, where they just put Simpsons in it, and it's like, oh, Simpsons, neuron activation. I give you money now. We were past that, right? What happened? It was lame. What happened to telling people giving money to Discord Nitro is also lame? Not because it doesn't typically mean you're a lame person directly, but like, I've never wanted to give Discord money because they've always been lame. Their marketing is just lame. It's for not nerds positive, it's for gamers derogatory. Their marketing for years has been like, oh, we appeal to gamers, buy our super gamer frumpus. That's. Please tell me other people think it's lame. Like, I get it if you're paying for it for the file size and like better video. Okay, fine. There's so many people paying for it. I support people canceling their Nitro and boycotting it, but I was like, I wasn't gonna pay for that in the first place anyway, because I don't need funny stickers that make a GIF. I can do that in fucking Signal, which is free. Oh. Winnie the Pooh beating Carl Johnson's ass. It's funny for 2 seconds, but I'd never give money to it or put time into it beyond a 15-second video that looks funny. But then, like, that's the whole... Never been a fan of PvP focus. People should know better. Tilt your head when servers have a Fortnite channel. Yeah, it's like... There are other games. Just because it's free doesn't mean you need to play it. And free-to-play games, just generally, even beyond Fortnite, they're lame, right? We look at those and go, oh, those are just money printing machines. I don't need to buy... Listen, PoE 2 is a fun game, and I can zone out to it and listen to audiobooks. I'm not gonna pay for fucking cosmetics in that game. They're like $40 for one thing. Who the fuck has that money? I like having a library emotes too, but the fact is that, like, Discord locks it behind a paywall when Signal and Telegram let you do that shit for free. And that's lame. I boost a server. I don't understand that one either. It seems like altruistic, but at the same time, I don't understand the point. You get more emotes, you get more... Why can't you just be the platform? Do it for audio quality and boosting server. Yeah, the audio quality, that's what I'm saying. But it's like... Like, there are genuinely people I'm seeing on the timeline that are like, I was paying for it because I liked having the cutesy emotes and being able to like post GIFs and whatever and like have a sparkle dog GIF on my icon. Like, we were doing that on the forums 20 years ago for free. Emotes and streaming quality for movie nights for the community. Yeah. But I still think it's like... It sucks that it's behind a paywall. When other services just let you do that. These things have no business not being free, but Discord is kind of the place. And that's the catch. And that's how they get you. Use your emotes everywhere, become a streamer. There you go. People get one chance to explain themselves. Oh, children with their parents' credit card. Oh. Funny GTA mods, not dumbass corporate slop served up in a dish. But okay, yeah. That's also something you can do for free. People just do that. You don't have to pay for it in Fortnite to have funny things. I was gonna respond to this earlier though. What's the thing? Monster Hunter Wilds is the only time I've seen the point in but the graphicsness, and then they ruined it with the DLSS bullcrap. Not even... Listen, I have Monster Hunter Wilds. I played it post-patch. It's so muddy. It's so... I don't think it looks good. I think they did some weird shit with the color grading where it could look good, but it doesn't. Don't do that to my... I need to hold him to calm down. He's so big chillin' right now. Usually not big chillin' like this. How you doing, Mr. Man? How you doing? God damn it, I did the thing where now I'm worried I accidentally showed my ass. Begrudgingly tolerating it. Gave Discord money for a bit to be able to separate IRL profile and VTuber profile, but you're past that now. There's bots for that. Open source. Baby, now can I go back to sleep? Get back to chill gaming. I am also just reaching the end of my stream limit, 4 hours. So we'll see. Last thing I'll say on it. I'm not a like, oh, we need to bring back bullying advocate. But I am like a advocate of like, hey dog, you know that's not cool, right? That stuff's for lame people. Like, no hate. Just making sure you know why you're doing it. You don't gotta give the corporation money, you know? There's other options. As a friend, I just want you to know, I want you to be cool. Don't trust most bots, though. That's fair. That is fair. Do they throw head crabs now? Oh, Christ. Gordon Freeman bouncing off the walls. Bringing back peer pressure, but not to do things shoved down their throat. Yeah. Got a dip. Bye, Echo. Thanks for staying for my rant. Like positive peer pressure. Like, you know, the things you're saying or doing
Never gonna
aren't
make it.
groovy.
You better go on without me.
What do you own? I only end of the I wish what do you end of they don't I only end of I wish they don't what do you I only end of they I only take so much, no more.
Peer review. Back power off still? What? I handled that poorly. Can't sing it. Can't sing it like Patrick Kindlon can sing it. Good fucking album, Heaven is Earth. Peer review. Peer review. There's something I'm missing here. Power generator. High voltage maintenance shaft. Okay, I can destroy. Can I get any health, please? Welcome to my P review. P review. P review. I pissed that poorly. No one's gonna know what I'm fucking talking about. you do? What does that mean? Not Dan. What is? I'm this far back? Good stream, everybody. I'm fully consider. You know what? If I don't know how to. Sam, can you give me your S tier Ps real quick? On your P review? Doesn't have to be limited to external or internal. Oh, I do have to go up. Or P. Split P, snap P, power gap. Snow P. I'd say that's a good list. That's good. That's a good S tier spread. I have no idea what to do. And I'm out of juice. Sorry. That's it. I think you / serious right now, not Dan. Don't. Please don't do that emote at other people in my chat or me without their consent. I would ask. I get the bit. Green beans don't count. Don't ask. Blocked, unfollowed. Don't talk to me. I'm making a rant about you on Blue Sky. I'm making a 30 posts thread. Sorry. Sorry, that's just how it is. Sorry. Just how it goes. Good time to take a break. I'd say so. Let's read out to someone, shall we? What do we got? Emote you have, but for whatever use outside the bit. Let's see. Well, you want to know something? If y'all want to see more fucking Half-Life, let's go over to Echo's channel, shall we? Because she just started streaming Half-Life. Thank y'all for watching, by the way. Go follow No.2, good friend Echo. She's doing Half-Life, as I just said 3 times. Thank y'all for tuning in, even if this was a heated one today. Full life consequences. That's old head. Is there anything I need to plug? Not really. I was going to say I have a Stoat now, a Stoat group, but I have to delete that, so I'm going to find a different platform. Otherwise, hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Have fun over at Echo's channel. And that is not the correct person. Norcree. I nearly rated to Inokri instead of Inorcree. And the little chat, the little icon of the person I was rating had a fucking Poland ball. And I really don't want to raid out to someone with a Poland ball. Let me just put it to you that way. So we're gonna raid Echo. Good luck out there. What happened to Stoat? Stoat apparently is also doing age verification stuff apparently in the future if asked to, so not great. So hopefully there will be a platform that does not. And I'll look into that and I'll let y'all know. Otherwise, have a good evening. Crumb's left, so never mind. Bye now.